We acknowledge your presence in our midst. Since we are found the people we are sure of very happy of your head. We are in faith, believing as we are here. The welcome to you. We pray that to guide and direct our activities here. We have come to showcase and then experience when the Spirit. I will want to go forward. People that hear your hands. Guide us. Yes, now this one fact go to this very experience. But lead our words. Guide us as we say, in your name of this, as the anchor is of the well, Jesus. Amen. Thank you for our prayer. And so, now very coming to go here. As how do you see? Well, so yes, I might of the arrived is professor actually who is the leader of this event. It's now we appreciate that. Following is our own lead, Professor is Information Agriculture. Our DPCR is Professor Wolfgang, you're welcome. And it's today, President Algeria, and then the last one is how online the farmer goes a challenge which the previous set. So please tell you how. Yes. There are like this one. And over now, only one stands. That is the much. Things. So all I can say, my record, the high level of this debate. I hope we can have also learn place. And I'll play that they also. So let's make progress. Guy is going to be his remarks for today's events. The intended questions. Give him a moment. While we are students, we have to learn. This program is for participants for every discipline awareness and capacity workshop. Probably here, and Faculty of Agriculture Conference of University of Nigeria National, today 24 October 2016.
As the president, our campus, our development every brother for Lagos, and go to yes, ladies and gentlemen, the pleasure and honor of mine to be invited to present this good message for you. Ladies and gentlemen, the weather absolutely no strong, going to live. And this will seriously lots of Nigerians that is unique. And not just black campus, academic or social event. It is a celebration of opportunity, innovation, and the growing role our students are playing in solving real world problems and challenges, particularly after graduation. This is important because academic assignments in classrooms have not solved graduate problems. In fact, the student program represents something truly special in the rest African and European universities. Students, the faculty, and leadership partners in the challenge case study model that moves education from theory to practice. The University of the can part to be part of this global network. And we're totally proud of the students and staff who have represented this university with excellence in previous programs, traveling across countries, collaborating across cultures, and proving that the University of Nigerian students can compete innovate and live on the world stage. This workshop is presented to expose the wealth of the students by members and sharing the experience and other organizers and members for opening doors for a new generation. It is about inspiring those skills to step forward, apply, and take part in this life-changing opportunity. I never encourage every student here to listen, ask questions, and enlighten what every student will take to. The future belongs to those who are willing to learn, collaborate, and live, and live forward with one of the platforms that makes that possible. This workshop is very important for our students because through every learning programs, our students will not only learn, but present solutions, engage with communities, and analyze real data and work with international teams in order to appreciate the global agricultural innovations, technologies, and other climate smart agricultural practices. The service of food security and agricultural sustainability. I want to welcome all of you. Further those from outside the university to this very crucial workshop. This workshop serves as a national platform for sharing your ideas, challenges, new technology, and innovations. I therefore encourage all the participants to take this crucial workshop seriously, engage and network with our colleagues and the trainers so that we can share knowledge here with our colleagues in institutions and others who are not officially to attend. I also wish that we should have analysis of this data workshop under the foundation purpose of this AI achievement. For the earlier management this workshop, not only in our university here, but in our own faculty of agriculture. For we say the value for all the work we do to use of the stations. The universal material so that in front of you. I'm happy with that as this is about the whole program with arms in the service of frameworks. Our service of youth empowerment programs in this university. I will learn that from them. Which all of you were very comfortable and forgotten workshop. Thank you for that.
Thank you very much. This is Kadu Besa. Yeah, I always know another question. Great, difficult for me, so I have got it, but why did I call this over? Thank you very much. What's the rate?
Hi, thank you everyone. I want to thank you, the vice chancellor, and then the pleasure to meet you once again. I'm the dean of the faculty, the representative of the librarian, and the principal investigator. Thank you. We have to relieve the MC of his job because he's actually from Madrid. And this thing concerns him a lot. So he cannot double task. So I will take over from here as a friend of the family. Agric is my second home. I actually have over 6 years experience of working on that society here. So I'm not surprised here. Just I think December, just before Christmas, I was also in your faculty for the Mastercard project, which was also one of my efforts. And at this stage, before the program will be officially declared by the Deputy Vice Chancellor, but before that, it's important we have an idea of what we're doing here today. So, an overview of the 15 measures concept will be presented by online by Professor Nuno Escudero of the Polytechnic Institute of Portugal. So, if you are online, that will start. Thank you.
I will be continue to learn.
Yes.
Good morning. I'm sorry, it was not clear for me if I should go in now. Can you please confirm? Hello, good morning. I could not really understand if you expect me to go in now.
Hello. Professor Nuno, can you hear us?
Yes, okay. So I should.
Okay, we can hear you too. So we will start your presentation.
Okay, the sound is not very good here, so it's a bit difficult for me to understand, but I am assuming that I should jump in now, right? Okay, so I'm assuming I will jump in now. Otherwise, please just let me know, maybe through the chat or something. But okay, so first of all, thank you very much for the opportunity, the invitation to be here. It's really incredible and great to see a full room of students and colleagues. And of course, thank you very much for the esteemed rectors and vice rectors that are with us, and all the colleagues and all the students. As you know, the work that we have been doing together for the last 3 years is something that we want to extend. It's something that we are working here in Europe already for near 20 years, and we are working together with 6 universities and other organizations like Group Forum in Africa for the last 3 years, aiming to continue this work. If I may, I will share my screen so that we can go through a few highlights of this work. So first of all, I would like to tell and discuss with you some of the practices we are doing here at my institution. So I come from the Polytechnic Institute of Porto, from the School of Engineering of the Polytechnic Institute of Porto, and we are doing several initiatives in the way that we teach and give the classes to promote the students' employability and to make sure that they are closer to the labor market when they get out of the university and start working. Then, in the line of what we are doing together, then in the line of what we are doing together, I would like to shed some light on how the blended mobility and the course that we are running together is promoting equity and inclusion in higher education. So how this is addressed. How this is addressing sustainable development goals, and then lastly, go into a little bit more detail of the ABC blended program we are running. So in relation to experiential learning and the models that we are running at my institution, they are being designed based on a set of strategic options that are taken at the level of either the institution or my department or some individual colleagues that are working on this, but always framed by the strategy of the university, of the Polytechnic Institute. And this is to assure that we can promote our students' employability and make sure that they are ready to the labor market and ready to create wealth in the society when they leave the university. And we are doing this through, I would say, two main axes, two main dimensions. On one side, creating learning environments to develop soft skills, to develop transversal skills in our students. Through these environments, we somehow replace the traditional classroom classes and embed the students in these environments where they can effectively develop these competencies while also working on the technical skills, the hard skills they have to develop. The other dimension or the main core axis of this work is to promote international contacts during studies. And we are doing this through several different types of courses or types of pedagogical approaches. We are using project-based learning, and then at the level of internationalization, we are promoting this through different levels, through physical mobility. And here we in Europe have this Erasmus project, which is really I could say, one of the most successful programs in Europe that facilitates a lot the mobility and students in higher education, in vet education, in any other level of education, from school education, adult education, in all these areas. And then more in, let's say, internally or with the core group of universities that we cooperate a lot with, we are promoting qual courses, hybrid summer schools, these models of teaching and learning that are based on online communication, what is also referred to internationalization at home. So this internationalization at home can bring the students and the teachers the opportunity to benefit from international contacts during their studies, and overcome many barriers that we might be facing otherwise. And blended mobility, which was a model that we started developing in 2008, and we have been enough to continue running with a group of universities and companies that is growing every year, and that was the basis of the ABC blended course that we are now running together. In relation to problem-based approaches, so what you can see here, so this is in Portuguese, it's just an image of our course, of our curricula for the 3 years Bachelor of Informatics Engineering. You can see here that we have mathematics, we have physics, we have programming, we have lots of traditional courses in engineering and informatics engineering, but then we have also this lab project course, which is a project that runs every semester and where we bring students together in teams and we give them a challenge where they have to address the subjects they have been taught in the other courses of the same semester. So, for instance, here in the first semester, the first year, the first semester, the students have algebra, they have programming, they have mathematical analysis, they have computing principles, and they have this lab project one where they are working in teams to answer to a set to a series of questions and exercises that are given to them as a project. And this project involves tasks and involves objectives that are related to these study fields, to these courses that they have addressed during the semester. And then if we go for the second year, we have another one, a similar, this is project, lab project number 2, where the students have the same setting. So the students are working in teams during the full semester. They are working to solve a challenge that we give them, and to solve the challenge, they have to put into practice what they have learned in the other courses of that particular semester. In case of the second semester, it will be software engineering, statistics, discrete mathematics, and programming paradigms. And this goes for all the semesters. So in all the semesters, the students have the traditional courses, let's say, and then they have always this lab project course where they have this setting. And this is what creates this environment that puts the students together, is saying, and without knowing exactly if we are asking for them to put in practice what they have learned in one course or the other, they have to figure it out by themselves, and in a team, in discussion with the teachers, they came out with a solution for this problem that is transversal to all the other courses they have learned. In the final semester, we have a project course, a project internship course. So this is usually done in companies for an internship, in research labs, or in the blended mobility, as we do with the ABC blended. So here in Europe, the blended is one way of doing the project internship course. It's one course with 18 credits. It's more than half of the credits of the last semester. So it's a very important and a very demanding course unit that the students can do in the blended format. In relation to internationalization, but this is all local, so we always have students from abroad that come through the Erasmus program or through studies, students that are doing from abroad that are doing their studies here. They are also involved in this. But then when we really want to address internationalization, we promote physical mobility, which, as I have already mentioned, it's much easier here in Europe than in Africa because traveling cost is much cheaper. The Erasmus program supports the students and the teachers in all these activities. So it's kind of easy and kind of established here because the Erasmus program in Europe has already 40 years, nearly 40 years, 39. So this is going really, really good with big investment from the Commission and from the member countries. And then we do core courses, we do hybrid summer schools with some success, I would say. And we have this blended mobility course that we are running already for nearly 20 years. When we talk about COIL courses, so COIL courses are courses we have 2 or 3 or 4 students from different universities all teaching the same course. Some of the classes are lectured by me, other classes are lectured by my other colleague in some other country, being online. So in each one of the classes, we are in a setting like this, where we have our students in the room with us, the other universities have their students in the room with them, with their teachers, and we all attend the same class in this hybrid mode. It's really interesting and a big booster of internationalization. You can see here in this table the number of mobilities. So this was during the COVID. We have very low numbers of mobilities, but when we start running this COIL course, we did this for a course I was teaching in that year, the database course, and we engaged more than 400 students in the course. So our mobility figures moved from 40 to 400. So it's really a big booster in internationalization. And although the students are not traveling, they still experience the international vibe because they are working with teachers from abroad. They are working and developing assignments in teams with colleagues from abroad. And this is also a very interesting approach to increase the international and to promote the international contact between students and teachers during the semester. Summer schools are something that we also kind of frequently do. A summer school, for a summer school, usually have 20, 25 students, not more than that. But we tried these 2 years to do what we call the super summer school or a hybrid summer school. And what is this? This is a summer school that is held in a hybrid format. So pretty much similar to the COIL courses, we have the summer school running during 1 week or depending on the type of this one that we did was a database summer school. And instead of 20 students, we got more than 200 students engaged in this summer school because they did not have to travel to Porto to do this. And we have also integrated here 5 countries, 5 universities. Each university was working with its students in the lab during all the week, and each country was responsible for 1 day of activity. So this was a database summer school. So we had lectures or we had activities related to multidimensional data, specific areas of databases that the students do not learn in the traditional course of databases because they go to start working on the basics of it. And then through the summer school in July, we give them the possibility to learn some additional topics related to the hot topics that are being developed, and according also to the interest of the universities that are involved in this. But the fact that this can be also attended online, it's a big opportunity to bring all these people. And we cannot see, so we had 27 countries. We had many participants from Africa because this was announced also through our partnership in ABC Blended and through Forum. And it was really a surprise to a certain extent to see that instead of 20, we could have 200 students in a summer school, and all of them coming from many different regions in the globe. all of this is also a way of promoting democratic education, let's say, because I think it's consensual and we all agree that project internship activities are a big booster for the students' employability, because in these project internship activities, we are putting the students face to face with the labor market to do the work they will be doing once they go outside of the universities. On the other side, this international exposure during the studies at an age where the students are very it's very effective for the personal development, for the academic development, and for professional development. It's very effective to have this international cooperation at ages that our students are doing their education and are doing their university programs. There are many studies, not only from Europe, but from all over the world, that are very clear in showing that this is, in effect, one of the most effective activities that we can put our students to do to improve their competencies for the labor market and their academic competencies. But the issue is that this international mobility is subject to many barriers. When we know that physical mobility as something that we cannot get with virtual mobility, or when we are working face to face, it's completely different to be working online, because the way to promote trust between people, the way to promote deeper connections, responsibility, commitment, and to make sure that we have this cultural awareness, and this is something that we cannot do online. I cannot, being here sitting in Porto in my office, I cannot experience Nigeria culture because I'm not with you. And yeah, this is one of the things that we'll never get with virtual mobility, virtual online training activities. But it has many barriers that come from many different angles: financial barriers, familiar barriers, health related issues, career and job, professional barriers, personality issues. So there are so many barriers that are preventing students from doing this international mobility, that we have to consider our responsibilities to make sure that our students get the best training they can get. And if it is consensual to everybody that international mobility and project internships are good for the students, then this is a responsibility of the university to find the resources to assure that all our students can do this and benefit from these environments despite the barriers they might be facing. And this is exactly here where blended mobility comes into play, because when we put together students for a short period of time where these barriers are not that prevalent, the students have the possibility to have this direct contact, to be immersed in the culture of another country, to be working with colleagues from another countries face to face, to meet each other for a short period of time, so that these barriers are not prevalent, and then do the rest of the work online. So this comes and gets us the best of these two worlds, and this is what we have been advocating for the past 20 years. And this is in this scenario that the ABC blended course comes in. This is a unique opportunity from our point of view, from the experience that we have with this already for these past 17 years. We have started last week. I was in Greece, and we kicked off the 17th edition of the course here in Europe. And this is really a good modality to promote equity, to bring equal opportunities to all the students, regardless of these barriers that some of us may face here and there. And this can overcome and tear down all these barriers. We can very simply adjust this to any study field. And ABC blending is a proof of this, because here in Europe, we are working mostly with software development projects, although we already had other projects in health, in many different areas. But in Africa, we are focusing in agriculture, which is quite different field. But we could easily adapt the model to this. So this is very adjustable to any study field, and it's a big booster for students' employability to develop the competencies that are required. It's also a very robust educational approach. How does the project run? So the project has three phases, let's say. First of all, we have a preparatory phase. Then we have 1 week when we have all the students together in a single place. So this is a physical mobility part, but it is short so that we can overcome these barriers and at the same time benefit from the fact that we get the team all together for a full week working on with the company to understand what is the problem, to get aware of them, to develop this cultural awareness, which is critical in these days for many, many reasons. Then, once this week ends, the students and the teachers go to their home university and continue developing their work, working online using the tools, the AI, the IT tools that are available. And then, the end, we meet all together again in another place for one more meeting to conclude the project and to pitch the solution that was developed to the company. And this model proved to be very effective. During the COVID years in 2000, so COVID caught us in two editions of the course in 2019, 2020, and 2020, 2021. I still remember that the last travel I did during the COVID was in February 2019, and it was 2020, and it was exactly to the kickoff meeting of the blended course in that year. The meeting was in Belgium, and that was the last one because 1 week after returning, we went into lockdown. So on that year, the final meeting was held completely online. And in the academic year of 2020-2021, we did it fully online, and it worked well. And if you compare this situation to the other Erasmus mobilities, there were many students in Erasmus mobilities, and because of COVID, they canceled their program and they all come back home. Blended was one of the few Erasmus initiatives that was robust and resilient to overcome these problems that we are all aware from the COVID times. So this is just a very brief to show you how we have been developing. So we started in the first edition of the course here in Europe was in 2009, 2010. We had only universities from IT, only students from IT, and the challenges to the students were given by the teachers. So these were academic problems. Then we realized that it would be a big boost, it would be important to bring students from other study fields. So instead of working only with IT students, we bring in students from graphical arts, from design, from marketing, from management, and we started creating multidisciplinary teams. And this was really a very big advancement in the model of the course. Then from 2013, 2014, we started involving companies to bring the challenges to the students. In 2015, 2016, we got outside of the EU border, so we started cooperating with universities in Russia. Later on, we started involving also universities from the Middle East, and we have one partner still running with us. We have identified in the meantime that startups is a very good niche for this type of problem of model because they have many challenges that we can develop a proof of concept with our students. And from 2020, 2021, we really went abroad new borders with the ABC Blended program, where we are creating a new model adapt to the reality of the African universities in the continent. And as I understood, or as I'm pretty convinced, this is running very well. We have something that was really extraordinary to see because from the first edition of the course that we did in Africa, two projects already generated a startup, already generated a business idea. So we have students developing these businesses. And this is something that came out of the ABC Blended, and we are really happy with that. Last week we started the okay, I hope you can hear me. Okay, so last week we started the 17th edition of the EU version of the blended course. We had the first class ever, so we have nearly 70 students, 66 or 67 students. So these are the students in one of the classes that we had. These are the students talking to the company. This team was working for the Heraklion city bus company. We had teams, projects coming from a bank in Austria, from Adidas, from the Heraklion city bus, from a company, a startup that is helping students to find the best university to do their degree. Well, we had 6 projects. So these are the students in one team talking to teachers. These are the students pitching what they are going to do in the last day of the session, the students getting their certificates. These are the teachers that were in person. Some of the teachers were attending online, others were attending in person. So this is a group of the teachers that was participating last week in person. This is the team that was in Heraklion in Crete. And this is the Portuguese team. We have the biggest Portuguese team in the course this year. It was nearly 20 people, so it was really very interesting. And we started now, so now the students are starting to work on developing their proof of concept for the challenges they have. And in July, in the first week of July, we will have the final meeting, and the final meeting this year will be here in Porto at our institution. Okay, I'm going very fast through this. Professor Antonia has the this presentation that I'll be very glad if they can share with those who are interested in this. But in fact, we have many advantages coming out of this environment where we do not have to change anything in our curricula. It's not about changing content, it's about changing the way that we deliver the courses. And the simple fact that we change to this model generates these environments where the students can develop their employability and can develop themselves personally from the academic point of view, from the personal point of view, and from the professional point of view. I'm going fast through this because I'm already over my time. So if we want to summarize this, so this blended is a learning environment that promotes many important competencies in the students, professional and also social and interpersonal. And in the world that we live today, this is really important for the employability of our students. Our team is big, so we have nearly 40 universities all over the world. Most of them are in Europe, but also from Russia, from the Middle East, from Africa. We have many companies that are working with us. Yeah, so the team is big. We have several resources. We have published books, we have videos, we have a Wikipedia page. In fact, if you go to the Wikipedia and you search for blended mobility, the Wikipedia page that is there was developed by us. And we have a community of practice that we are starting working on. So this was something already launched by the ABC Blended. This was launched in last July in Angonia in Mozambique, because we had a meeting there and we took the opportunity to launch this community of practice. So this is an online platform where the teachers, the educators, the researchers, and the students that are interested and see some interest in this type of teaching and learning, blended and virtual modalities that are in this group to discuss what they want to discuss, and an opportunity to get together with like-minded people that are interested in core courses, in blended courses, in ABC blended, in all those blended and virtual possibilities for developing higher education at the global level. And the fact that you are in this group opens doors and puts in contact with people that where we can easily come up with ideas for new projects, for new courses, to find people willing to do a COIL course, for instance. So this is important from that point of view. These are the main organizations in the installation committee of this community of practices. So this is an initiative by the ABC Blended Group, but together with GRUForum, with the European Association of Erasmus Coordinators, with TAGDEV, a very big program by GRUForum to develop higher education in the continent, and also the Athena European University. So this is the challenge. So you have the the URL here to join the team. If you find this interesting, please join this community of practice. We'll be very interested, of course, in having you on board. In fact, we are starting to edit a book on how we can transform higher education from these simple initiatives that we are taking, to escalate this and to make this available all over the continent. And this is a group where we are discussing this. So, dear colleague, thank you very much. I have extended a little bit my time. I hope I was not bothering you. Thank you very much. I'm open for any question you might have. Thank you.
And they also contribute and that explain the course to have from our editor. So like I said earlier, if you see that official open this program. But before then, it is important that we hear from Professor Item here for the second time. The first time the role of breaking the problem. So we'll give her a second chance to actually break down what Professor Muna said and give more clarity to that problem. We'll do that for like 5-10 minutes so that the BBC can actually confirm. Thank you.
I want to ensure that online participants can get is there any way to confirm that? Can you confirm that I can hear you? Online participants. So they can hear me well.
Yes.
That's very important. Okay, so I want to welcome all of us, and it's my privilege to say welcome to you attending this our celebration event, celebration of our 8th level international University of Nigeria. So specifically this time around, we are focusing on leadership. So even though participants in leadership 1 and 4, But we then emphasis section two. So as have been said by our leader, Professor Nuno, that because the full meaning of this is African Blended Works. And it's an international collaboration and co-work slides on the It's an international collaboration initiative involving 6 African partners from Nigeria, Uganda, and Mozambique. These are the African partners. Also, we have the European partners in program. Yes, the European partners in the program. That's one of them. We have Portugal, Germany, Belgium, and Greece. These institutions I will mention later. And this partner institutions are selected in this conference. And we have a technical partner, that's the Polo. That's the Regional University Forum for Capacity Building and Agriculture. That's our technical partner. Together, all of us work in an interdisciplinary, multidisciplinary way to face the challenges facing agriculture Remember that our students that participated will present their experience to you and you will tell you first time what I'm not telling you. It enables them to communicate with people across the world. Generate device solutions to global problems that was posed and promote the called within the HPR course. Other students in industrial workers in that service. The basic service. MBC strengthened it by embedding structured problem solving, industry collaboration, and international mentorship into the existing framework. The students that participated will of course discuss how this format they can go work. They were elected by us, and that grade was used by the university. So, it's not, it's a win-win situation. So, in 2024, PLM participated with 2 pioneering students. They will also share their experience with you with me. Anthony and the board and this almost of value exception, I think economics department's perspective. And they will tell you what there is in there. That initial cohort demonstrated that our students are capable of engaging companies, not as observers, but as solution providers of those companies. The good thing too is that the company that goes to the problem for that mission one actually put was supposed to that is present with all also here. So it is real, it's not there. So because of success and so on, we are asked to increase the number of students involved. And we have them here. And bring students in close. We know that in 2026 edition, that new students that are here, that's the basis of thinking here, will be one of who will educated place and participate in the tournament and stand a chance of being selected. In this edition today, we will travel to so those who invest in that. Students are to sustainable production systems. They have developed not only technical competence, but also transversal skills that define modern employability. Analytical thinking, teamwork, stakeholder engagement, innovation, adaptability, and professional communication were part of the things in. Some of them, some of the students
produces graduates who are confident, industry aware, and solution oriented. We have, in fact, it's just that I shared some online pictures, but I hope the students, some pictures rather, I shared that online. I hope the students here will share more to show the participation, the experience, the good times and the bad times. It's not easy, really. It's very challenging. They will tell you that they were not sleeping at all in cracking those challenges because once the challenge is posed and they sit, many times they will be interacting with the farmer that posed the challenge. The farmer will say, no, I have applied what you have said. It didn't work. They'll try another one, another method. We have, like the ones that worked on waste management, that one was testing. They kept trying different options, different strategies, different methodologies until they cracked that problem. And they cannot come back. They cannot stop until the problem is solved. So no problem posed under this program is left unsolved. So you can imagine. Projection, we are looking ahead. Our vision really, and is very ambitious, but still achievable. We aim to deepen ABC within the Faculty of Agricultural Sciences, while progressively extending the model beyond the faculty to other faculties in UNN. Furthermore, we envision UNN serving as a catalyst for expanding ABC to additional universities across Nigeria. For instance, we invite also spread it in northern Nigeria. That's the idea. The future of higher education demands relevance, innovation, and partnership. It's not just talking about getting a paid job, how much is the salary and all that. Your skill moves you beyond your pay. So that's part of what ABC Blended is doing to equip students with skills. So it provides a tested framework for achieving innovation, entrepreneurship, and employability. In conclusion, as we proceed with today's program, from conceptual overview to students' experiential highlights and success stories that you will hear, I encourage us to reflect on how we can consolidate, how we can scale and sustain this initiative in our university and beyond our university. Thank you for being part of this journey as I warmly welcome you to this important event. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Chike. I think the lights were at the right time. So, and let us thank you.
Recording in progress.
The Deputy Vice Chancellor, Academics, to officially open this program, Professor Omaru Usman. You're welcome, sir.
I can click this.
Lion and lionesses, good morning. This is Dr. On behalf of the Vice Chancellor, Professor Simon Uchenna Otuanya, I welcome everybody to this great occasion. I want to first of all thank the principal investigator of this ABC blended program, Professor Achike. Personally, I've known Professor Achike for the last 37 years. We were together as teachers in University Secondary School 37 years ago, and she left first, and I left later. So, Mom, you are doing wonderfully well. And on behalf of the Vice Chancellor, I want to congratulate you on this breakthrough. You are really projecting our university, positively. And when we talk of global feasibility of our university, I know you'll not be found wanted. So, Mom, you are doing well. On the issue of blended program, the university is also keen in so many aspects. Of recent, in order to bring down the risk environment, university employs some individuals or consultancy basis. One come to mind now is is being given the consultancy provide all the necessary enablement to make sure that the program is very successful. And experience, they say, is the best teacher. So when you bring the people with good experience, come and interact with the classroom, you see that that type of learning is more than even blended. It's really wedded. That is really wedded. So I congratulate this set of students for being given opportunity to be able to, match the reality with the classroom experience. I also want to welcome people like Emmanuel Ugu, who have really had the task to be able to, interact with the students and some of our, former ambassadors that have interacted with the system and they are here to share their own experience. Once again, on behalf of the Vice Chancellor, I want to welcome you and wish you a very happy stay and good interaction and fruitful deliberation as you progress in today's program. Once again, you are welcome, and I have this singular opportunity to declare this program open. Thank you very much. This is where. Okay, sorry, I want to go with you.
Can we? Now the moment waiting. So the students are waiting for this experimental learning highlights. So from our program, there will be presentation from 4 student participants. And after that, success stories. So who are these student participants involved in this? Are you around or are they online? Wave your hand at least, let your colleagues see you. So you have just 40 minutes to do this from the time participants. Or yes. So may you stand, all of you. How will the presentation take place on the podium, right? So you can forward. The order of presentation, get your slides. Introduce yourself.
Felix, Abubakar Felix. No. No. All right, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Abubakar Felix Tamanong, and this is my ABC blended learning journey, experiential learning highlights. Next slide, please. Okay, this is my introduction. My name is Felix Abubakar Felix Tamanong. I'm currently a 500 level student of the Department of Animal Science, Faculty of Agriculture, University of Nigeria in Nsukka, and I was one of the participants of the second edition of the ABC Blended. I was part of Team Zebin. That was my team, my group name, Team Zebin. And our team's challenge had to do with improving the productivity and quantity of maize and soybean in Angonia, Tete province of Mozambique. I led this wonderful team that was made up of students from Makerere University and Surutu University in Uganda. We had students from Eduardo Mondlane University and University Zambezi in Mozambique, and also the Federal University of Technology, Mina, Niger State. Next slide. These are my key learnings, my key takeaways from the program. Number one, we have collaboration and teamwork. Working with a diverse team from different universities and countries taught me the importance of effective communication, active listening, and collaboration. And problem solving and critical thinking. The program's challenge based, like we were told earlier, the program is about solving challenges, real life challenges. And this, the program's approach helped me to develop my critical thinking and problem solving skills, particularly in addressing real world problems, such as the one that handled by my team. Next slide. Cross-cultural understanding and exchange. Interacting with team members from different cultural backgrounds. Like I said earlier, we had students from Uganda, we had students from Mozambique. So interacting with these students from different backgrounds broadened my perspective and understanding of diverse concepts and approaches. Leadership and responsibility. Like I told you earlier, I was the team lead of my team. And as the team lead of Team Zebin, I gained experience in guiding a team, delegating tasks, and ensuring collective progress toward a common goal. Next slide. Time management and adaptability. The program's fast-paced and dynamic nature required me to be flexible, prioritize tasks, and manage my time effectively to meet deadlines. Networking and building relationships. I had the opportunity to connect with peers and professionals from various institutions. So we were not just interacting with our peers, we were interacting with lecturers, because as we were told earlier, we had coaches for the various things. So these coaches were lecturers, professionals from different universities. So this also helped me to build quality relationships. Next slide, please. Applying theoretical knowledge to practical problems. The program allowed me to apply theoretical concepts to real-world challenges, making my learning more relevant and impactful. It also enhanced my employability skills, which is one of the key aims of the program. I developed skills that are highly valued by employers, such as teamwork, problem solving, communication, and leadership. So my team experience, description of team's challenge. My team's challenge was improving the quality and productivity of maize and soybean in Angonia, Tete district of Mozambique. And agriculture remains the backbone of rural economy in Angonia district in Tete, Mozambique, where maize and soybean are among the most cultivated crops. However, productivity level remains low due to several persistent challenges, including labor-intensive practices, limited access to certified seeds, fertilizers, and inoculants. To address these constraints and unlock the agricultural potential of the region, this our team's project aims to enhance the productivity and quality of maize and soybean production through a comprehensive and collaborative approach by facilitating access to high-quality agricultural inputs via credit-based mechanisms, providing continuous extension support, building strong market linkages. The initiative seeks to improve both yields and incomes for smallholder farmers. This project aligns with strategies for sustainable agriculture and regional food security, integrating the efforts of multiple stakeholders, including the farmers, the input suppliers, the local authorities, extension services, and universities and basic. Together, these partners are to work together to create a sustainable and scalable model for agricultural development in Angonia. So my contribution to the team's efforts. During the course of the program, I was a member of Team Zerbin, where I served as the team lead. And as the team lead, I coordinated the affairs of the team, assigned roles and duties to each members, organized online meetings weekly for discussions amongst ourselves, and also our coaches, Dr. Senio and Dr. Kizito, both lecturers in Mozambique. Next slide. At the end, my team was able to give a good recommendation on how the quantity and productivity of maize and soybean in Angonia can be improved. And this would also, in turn, have a ripple effect on the farmers by boosting their income and increasing their purchasing power. So my skills and knowledge gained. During the ABC Blended program, I acquired new skills in project management, team leadership, problem solving. I learned how to communicate effectively with team members from diverse backgrounds and how to manage conflicts in a constructive manner. I also gained knowledge about agricultural practices and technologies that can improve maize and soybean productivity in Mozambique. The skills and knowledge I gained during how the program has enhanced my employability and socioeconomic prospects. So the skills and knowledge I gained during the program have significantly enhanced my employability and socioeconomic prospects. I'm now more confident in my ability to lead teams and manage projects, which will be valuable in my future career. The program has also opened up prospects for me to work in agricultural development and socio-economic development, which aligns with my career goals. I'm excited to apply the skills and knowledge I gained in the program to make a positive impact in my community. So some steps I will take to continue learning and growing. Number one is networking, building relationships with professionals and organizations in the agricultural development sectors to stay updated on best practices and new technologies, pursuing additional education or certifications in related fields to enhance my expertise and make a greater impact. Next. Community engagement, working closely with farmers like we did on the project, communities and organizations to understand their needs and develop effective solutions. By leveraging the skills and knowledge gained from ABC Blended program, I'm confident that I will make meaningful contribution to the agricultural development sector and achieve my career goals. Recognitions. I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to the European Union Erasmus Plus program for sponsoring the African Blended course and providing us with the opportunity to participate in this enriching experience. I also appreciate the University of Nigeria and Nsukka team, led by Professor Ifeyinwa Achike, Dr. Pascal Chukwudi, for their support and guidance throughout the program. Special thanks to my team coaches, Dr. Senio and Dr. Kizito, for their valuable guidance and expertise that helped shape Team Zerbin's success. I'm also grateful to my team members, Kagoya Jacqueline, Amole Olayemi Felicia, Edmondo Isakel Sylvester, Isabelle Simon Peter, and Cecilia Marvel. Their collective efforts and dedication were instrumental in our team's success. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Please get the second slide ready. Leticia.
The next slide, please. Yeah. Next slide. Right. Okay. My name is Osota Letitia from the Department of Ag. Yeah, the next slide. Okay. My name is Osota Letitia, a 500 level student from the Department of Agricultural Extension, Faculty of Agriculture, University of Nigeria, and I'm one of the participants of the second edition of the ABC Blended Program 2025. And I'm a member of the team that worked on the removal of estrogen test from processed cashew nuts. Okay. My team worked on a project sponsored by Vapchess Agro Limited Nigeria to remove the estrogen from processed cashew nut. From the challenge posed, we were meant to understand that there is an estrogen test in the cashew nut, which led to a 5% contamination of the cashew nut. Vapchess Agro Limited was seeking effective post-processing solution to eliminate or reduce the estrogen test in the final product, thereby improving the palatability and market value of the processed cashew nut. The project title is removal of estrogen test from processed cashew nut. The aim of the project was to find solutions on how to remove the estrogen test from processed cashew, thereby protecting quality of the processed cashew nuts. The team solution. We brought a simple and effective solution to the challenge of astringency in cashew nuts, where we used salt treatment to get a result. The solution used 1% sodium chloride, 0.5% citric acid, 0.3% ascorbic acid, and a 2-hour soak. The salt treatment resulted to a 98% tannin reduction in the cashew nut. So this is a flow chart showing the step-by-step process of carrying out the salt treatment. First of all, you prepare the solution, which includes the solution of 200 milligrams of distilled water, 2 grams of salt, 1 gram of citric acid, 0.5 grams of ascorbic acid. When you prepare this solution, you add the solution to 20 grams, you work with 20 grams of cashew nut. Then you ensure that the mixture is at room temperature. You leave it for 2 hours. After 2 hours, you drain the water, you rinse with a clean water, and then you dry. You can air dry or over dry, whichever way. Next slide. The role I played. As the team secretary and assistant team lead, I played a key role in the project success. My responsibility included developing the methodology section, where I conducted research and applied the step-by-step procedure. I worked closely with our contact person, former Jeremiah John, to ensure that the methodology was comprehensive and well-structured. challenges before joining the ABC program, cultural and social barrier. So I have this fear of interacting with people from diverse cultural backgrounds. Before joining the ABC program, I also had stage fright and public speaking, preference for independent work. I preferred working independently. Next slide. The impact of the ABC blended. Overcoming cultural and social barrier, reducing stage fright and improving public speaking, embracing teamwork and collaboration, gaining international exposure and knowledge, developing soft skills, enhancing academic knowledge, networking opportunities, personal growth and development. So my advice to the current 4th years now is that you should be open-minded and flexible, develop soft skills like teamwork, critical thinking and communication, and then you have to be time conscious, learn to manage your time very well, because these things are given to you within a specified time period. My acknowledgement. My sincere appreciation goes to Professor Antonia Achike, Dr. Uchechukwu Pascal, and Dr. Benedict Unagu for their supervision and guidance throughout the program from University of Nigeria, Nsukka to UniZambezi in Mozambique. I equally appreciate my team and coaches, Professor Ebim, Dr. Musa Chemisto, and Ms. Abigail for their supervision. I equally appreciate my team members for making this course a memorable one. And I appreciate the ABC Blended organizers for this wonderful opportunity. Thank you all and God bless you.
Okay, get this line of the president ready.
Francis, okay, exactly, yes. Exactly. Yeah, thank you. Okay. Observing the existing protocol. Good afternoon, all. So, my name is Christian Ochuku. I'm a 500 level student from the Department of Animal Science, Faculty of Agriculture. I'm one of the participants of ABC Blended Program for 2025 session. I joined ABC Blended Program because I want to learn beyond the classroom environment. I want to improve how I approach real-life agricultural challenges. And on the next slide, we will talk about the project problem. Now, some group of livestock farmers from Angonia district in Tete province in northwest of Mozambique brought a challenge to ABC. And the challenge was that during rainy season, there is abundance of feed, but during dry season, there is scarcity. And this results in reduction in productivity of their livestock. It results to the weight loss because these animals have to trek long distance in search of graze land. And also this poses a great economic challenges for these farmers. So the next slide, we will talk about the project title and the objective. So when this challenge was brought to ABC Blended, different candidates from different universities from different African countries, we are selected and we are combined to work in a team. And in my own team, we are able to come up with a team title which goes by the name Sustainable Feed Production. And the sole aim of our team is to explore strategies that will support all year-round availability of feed for these livestock farmers in Angonia. So in the next slide, I will talk about my role in the team. So as an animal science student, I was given a role to theoretically study about the different breeds of livestock that these farmers there have, because we were not on site where the problem was being posed. So it was a theoretical research. So based on what I found out there, with respect to cattle, they have 3 main cattle breeds. They have Angoni cattle, they have Landin cattle, and they have Bovino de Kete. So the Angoni cattle is one that is native to that very place, Angonia. And also on the other hand, I was given a task to make a video that on how to make it so that we can show these farmers, we can demonstrate to these farmers on how to make it as a form of feed preservation to ensure the availability of this feed during dry season. So and I also want to talk about why my role is crucial for this very challenge. My role is important because different livestock respond differently to various conditions. Factors like feed shortage, low yield management, disease, and the harsh climate are factors that affect livestock, and different livestock breeds respond differently to these environmental conditions. And feed some other things like the feed efficiency ratio and feed conversion ratio, like different livestock breed respond have different feed efficiency and feed conversion ratio. So it's of paramount importance to assess this breed to know the one that will be recommended to these farmers. So on the next slide, I would like to talk about the team proposed solution. So here is a structure that shows our team proposed solution. So our team proposed solution focuses mainly on combining improved pasture, that is established pasture, and feed preservation, that is the use of hay and silage, and also crop residues. Because we found out that these farmers, yes, they are livestock farmers, but majority of them are also arable crop farmers. So they produce maize, so they can make use of maize stover. So and also our solution also based around nutrient supplementation. That is what we call nutrient block. So this is thing that we recommend to them. So first of all, we recommend that the farmers will establish and improve pasture using a drought-resistant grass known as Brickeria presenter. It is drought-resistant, and the aim is to ensure all year round availability of this feed. And then we encourage them to explore other crop residues like the use of maize stovers because they are arable crop farmers, and also we encourage them to convert the essence of these forages and also the crop residues, convert it to hay, and also to use it and prepare silage, which they will use and store which they will use to feed their livestock during dry season. And finally, to improve the performance of their livestock, we encourage them to make use of nutrient blocks. This should provide the vital vitamins and the minerals that is essential for general productivity or performance of their livestock. So, what are the challenges encountered? First of all, we graduates from UNM, we experienced what I would call academic challenges because during that time we are writing our exam. So it was kind of a big responsibility for us to handle the tasks from ABC program and also to study for our exam. Of course, it was a huge responsibility for us, and I pray that during your own time, such kind of thing will not happen because it was a huge task. The other one was we are meant to work under tight deadlines because after every session, you are meant to come out and give feedback from the research that you have been making. Because during the day and when the student is going on, every team will be in their room. They'll be making research, making findings, brainstorming, and coming together with ideas. And at the end of the day, you are meant to come out and give feedback. So it was a pressure work. On the other hand, we have communication problem because of what? Most of the candidates are not from English-speaking countries. Most of them, some of them, those from Mozambique, their official language is Portugal, so they don't speak English. So it was a big challenge for us. The one that was not mentioned here is network and connectivity. Given that we work online, so at times there will be network problems. We all know how MTN Glo can be. So that is when we are in Nigeria, we work online. So network connectivity was a very big problem for us. And also the other one was teamwork. Yes, at the beginning of the program, teamwork was a challenge because everybody will want their idea to prevail. But at the end of the day, the best idea will be given room to overcome the others. So to overcome this, the next slide is overcoming the challenge. To overcome the challenge, what I do personally is, first of all, time management. It is very paramount in the sense that I tend to prioritize what matters most. This is the program research and my exam studies. So in this way, I'm able to let go of other social activities because I'm already on tight deadline. So I don't need to entertain any other things. The other one is communication and the teamwork. I improve on my communication skill and my teamwork skill. And also I gain confidence when it comes to presenting my ideas. And finally, I learn how to approach problem step by step. Because this very challenge that we are giving is not something that you can just wake up and just say, okay, let us go with this. That is what we call contextual analysis. You have to analyze the situation based on where it is happening. You can so for these farmers now, even when we went there, we had to start afresh because we had to make our decisions based on what is on ground. So these are things that really took place there. So the next slide, I want to talk about the impact of ABC blended. Now, ABC blended program has a very huge impact in particular. It helped me to grow academically. And personally, it shaped the way I see agricultural challenges. It helped me to think of the problems. It helped me to think of practical solutions when it comes to agricultural problems. And also, when it comes to presentation, it improves my it improved my confidence when it comes to presenting my ideas, like what I'm doing now. To tell you the truth, what I'm doing now is just the impact of ABC. And you can see how I'm confidently presenting my idea. What is the impact of this? So, and finally, ABC blended program helped me to realize how we can use research in solving real life challenges. Because based on what I've told you, we don't just come up and say that this is what the farmers do. We make research day in, day out. Every day just like our prof has established, we work time and night, we don't sleep. So it's one of the things. So this is the impact that ABC blended program has on me. So what are my advice to the fourth years? You are my friends. So I would want to encourage you guys to open yourself to learning beyond the classroom environment. Learning doesn't just stop in the lecture. This kind of program will expose you. Like you will get experiential knowledge, just like we have done. And also, don't be afraid of challenges. They help you grow. Most of us here might be like, okay, I don't know how to present. I have stage fright. These are challenges. You don't need to be afraid of them. Provided that you have something upstairs, you just have to come there. Over time, you will get across it. Just imagine that some candidates don't know how to speak English. Some of them, they have to face the board. Yes, it was difficult for them. So us that know how to speak English, it is a huge advantage for us. So I will encourage you guys, don't be afraid of that. If that is a challenge. So the next advice is learn to manage your time and time management. So very paramount. I keep on repeating that because when this program starts, I don't know the activity that might come your way, but with proper time management, there will be enough time for you to handle every of them. And also, I want to encourage you guys to work well with others and learn to respect people's idea. Because when you come to that program, what kept us going is that, okay, when somebody brought out an idea, I know that I have an idea, but I want to listen to what he has to say. You have to respect his ideas. But at the end of the day, you have to let the best idea to win because that's how it works. Everybody bring out idea, the best idea will eventually win. And finally, I would encourage you guys to take this program seriously and make the most use out of it. So the next slide, please. I would like to sincerely acknowledge our supervisor and our team leader, general team leader, Professor Antonia Ifeanyi, and Dr. Pascal, and Dr. Benedict, Dr. Benedict for their guidance from UNM to UNISAPIENS. It was not an easy task. They were like fathers and mothers towards them. I would also like to extend my greetings to my team supervisor, Prophet and Dr. Cruz Ispikalo, and also Dr. Inacio Mateus Asani. I would also like to thank my team, those in UNM and those that I work with in Mozambique. And also, I would also like to thank my friends in UNN here who at some point contributed money for me to do my visa and also to get my passport. I would like to acknowledge them. I am really grateful for them. And finally, I would like to say a very big thank you to ABC organizers and Erasmus Plus for making this experience a possibility. That's like.
Oh, Ojiko, these your friends are contributed money. Can I make them my friends? Okay, thank you very much for that presentation. And I hope you learn Portuguese because it's not enough for you to make others learn your language when you are not willing to learn theirs. Part of the learning process is you also accommodate things, not just make people accommodate you. You also try to make yourself very, you know what I mean. So, and the last person, before that, I think let's start for Professor Achike again. And she's smiling because I think she has an idea what I'm about to say next. What connected me to Professor Achike is gender advocacy and gender mainstreaming in UN. So she has always been passionate about anything men are doing, carry women along. And anything women are doing, carry men along. So I'm not surprised that out of the 4 participants, there is a gender balance in it. It can only happen with Professor Achike, because that is what she's always about. So on that note, I will call on the last presenter. I don't know if our slide is ready. Okay, we proceed.
Good afternoon, my colleagues. Good afternoon, doctors. Good afternoon, my fellow students. And good afternoon, my name is Ruth Okoro. I am a 500th level student of Soil Science Department. And today I'll be sharing my experience of the ABC blended journey, how I went from UNN to Mozambique. Okay, so before I proceed, I want to sincerely share a thank you note and acknowledge my coaches, professors, supervisors. So I sincerely thank my supervisors and ABC blended coaches at UNN, Professor Antonia Achike, Dr. Benedict Unaugo, and Dr. Pascal D. Chukode for their academic guidance and mentorship. I am also grateful to my mentors and coaches, Dr. Helen Aluku of Sorority University, Dr. Rebecca Nambi of Makerere University, and Dr. Emmanuel Okolani of Rufuru for their cross-institutional support. And a very big special thank you to Chelsea Agro Limited and Mr. Ibubedike for granting us access to their farm. And I appreciate my team, AgroFit members, Favor Obanro, Akol Merab, Kenneth Farrow, George Langa, and Kauma Latif for their dedication and teamwork. And special recognition goes to Dr. Pascal Umegukwe of UNN for his special support. And finally, thank you to ABC Blended and Erasmus Plus for this life-changing opportunity. So proudly, I wish to let you put a face to the names of my team members, AgroFit. So the first person who is the team lead is Favor Barrow. She is a biochemist. Then me, Ruth Okoro, I was the focal person and the implementation lead, and of course a soil scientist. Then Kenneth Farrow is our assistant researcher and food scientist. Then Akol Merab was also our researcher and documentation lead. She is from Agric Extension and Innovation Officer. Then Kauma Latif is our IT lead. also a researcher and a computer engineer. Then we have George Langa, our assistant IT support and agricultural engineer. So what is ABC Blended? I don't need to go further because a lot has been said around this, but it all boils down to the fact that ABC wants us to solve real life problems in agriculture, climate change, sustainability, food security, and innovation. In fact, they are preparing us for the real world aside school. So, and how does this ABC work? So, you are paired with a real company or an organization that brings a problem. Then you are able to meet students from different countries to form a team. Then we do fieldwork, research, and data analysis. Then we, as the student, design the solutions. Then we pitch to international experts, allow them make corrections. Then we go back to the drawing board. And then the most important one is that in ABC Blended, we are not treated as students. We are treated as consultants. So what was the challenge that was posed to AgroFeed team? Our client was Chelsea Agro Limited, a Nigeria-based company. So Chelsea Agro Limited had 5,000 hectares of land, but they did not know which parts are good for cassava, which parts were good for oil palm, where flooding, poor soils, and risks existed. And of course, if there is any bad decision that are made, it will cause them millions of losses. You can imagine 5,000 hectares of land. Only 1 hectare is about 100 by 100. So imagine when it is about 5,000 hectares. And our own job was to guide them. So what did we do? So we were able to go to Chelsea Agri. It was located in Anambra. Thanks to Professor Achike and Dr. Ben for providing all the resources. They took us to and fro to Chelsea Agri, where we saw the land ourselves. We did soil sampling. We did GPS mapping. Of course, we took coordinates around the land. We did GIS and satellite analysis. Then we did climate and terrain evaluation. We also did the land suitability classifications. We did that using the FAO framework. And we also did management recommendations. So what are some of the tools that we used in carrying this out? We used FAO land evaluation framework. We used ArcGIS, QGIS, and Google Earth. We also use soil and climate data. We utilize some of the existing ones that is already there because climate in this part of the southern is almost the same. So we use that. So we did not guess. We actually used real life data, existing data. So for my personal role, for me, I was not just a team member. I was a core driver. So I led the recognizance visit to Chelsea Farm. I identified the sampling and mapping locations. I designed the AgroFeed work plan, conducted soil sampling and GPS mapping, built the land suitability tables, classified them into S1, S2, S3 categories, which is, so for S1 is suitability class 1 using the FAO framework, which is highly suitable. 2 is marginally suitable, and 3 is, let's say, just suitable. So what we did was to write the management recommendation because for each one, S1 is highly suitable, which they can use. But S2 and S3, your job is to upgrade it to make it S1 so that they can use it, so it can be highly suitable, depending on the solutions that you're preferring. And then I also helped in the coordination between coaches and my team members. So this was a real consulting task in a real work environment. So what did ABC give me? So ABC gave me real technical skills, GIS, land evaluation. I was able to understand it more. even when we've been taught in the class, but this gave me insight of what it truly means and using it in a real life situation. Then it also gave me international exposure. I was able to meet lots of coaches outside there, learn from their diverse experiences. In fact, I could vividly tell you that I was able to learn, unlearn, and relearn. So it also gave me confidence to work with experts. And I must not forget a very strong CV, because now if you're asking me about the experiences I've gained, this is part of the things that I'm going to tell you, because it is a real life work. I did a real life consultation. Then it also gave me research and project experience, which will now aid my final year experience. I'm currently in 500 level, and that time to do my project and research. So now I'm not going to be confined in a situation whereby it's going to be a lot challenging for me, to be a lot easier, because I've done this. I've already had insights of how this is going to work out, what I need for this. It's all about going straight to the particular problem given to me. Then it also gave me global network. I'm proud to tell you that most of the networks I formed out there, I still maintain them. And of course, I'll still utilize them tomorrow. Then before ABC, I was just a student. But now I can tell you that I'm a professional in training when it comes to soil science. Thank you. Then this is some of our things. So the first one is the land from Chelsea Agri. The picture was taken from Chelsea Agri when we visited them for the first time. And this is the UNN team that took us to Chelsea Agri in Anambra. Then this is us trying to collect soil samples. And this is Chelsea Agri mechanized farming land. It's a huge land, but this is some of the machines that they had. Then the next one in the middle is the ABC blended team involving the different universities across the globe that came for, because this picture was taken at UniZambezi. So it comprises of all of us. And the next one is my team, AgroFit, trying to provide solution at UniZambezi, because of course, like my colleagues say, you keep refining. You may think you have gotten it, and by then when you present it, your coaches will tell you that it has not worked out. So you have to go back to the drawing board. So that was a special case scenario. And okay, other pictures showed I and my team members, AgroFit, and this is us on our final day presenting everything that we have done to our team members, coaches, and the international sponsors. So the next slide, please. So I could vividly tell you, I'd gladly tell you that ABC has actually helped in shaping my life. It showed me that UNN students belong on the global stage. And I want to say that now it's your turn to take up the mantle. And I hope you apply, step out, grow, and lead. And I must tell you, with the help of my amiable coach, Professor Achike, and other coaches from other universities, my team came out first. So we did actually well. So this is also me, Ruth Okoro, representing AgroFit team. Thank you so much for joining us today.
So even without me knowing, we saved the winning team for the last.
Yes.
So, and next on our program is success stories. And at this stage, we expect remarks from Imaogo, Ebubedike, and remarks also from Edition 1 students, and finally from Ruforo. I don't know if all these people are available, and if any of these remarks will be via online presentation. Ayo, will any of the remarks be online? Or are they all physically present, yeah? Okay, preferably I will want our online speakers to go first. So is Umagu online too, or okay, Umagu, even though you are first on the list, I will appeal that let those online also speak. We've spoken for at least an hour uninterrupted now. So remarks from Ebubedike. I'm thinking online should go first because of Nigerian factor. We cannot guarantee Nigerian light and network, unfortunately. So now that we have it, let us make the most of it by letting Ebubedike speak first. Umagu, do I have your permission for that? All right, thank you. All right.
Okay, am I connected now?
Yes.
Okay. Good day, everyone. Permit me to stand on existing protocols to thank the ABC Blended team. It's a wonderful idea to run this kind of program. I am also grateful to the institutions that were involved. The lecturers that participated and guided the students that were directly involved with us, Chelsea Agric. We have received the report and we want to say a big thank you. Just like Ruth said, it is entirely a full consultancy package we've received. And we look forward to partnering with ABC Blended with more institutions towards ensuring that the institutions are graduating students who understand the real problems they are going to meet in the business world, the agribusiness world. I am grateful for the way the participants handled the concerns we raised. Several times they had to get to us and we continued readjusting our questions and problems until suited what we want to do with it. Currently, we are fitting in the reports we got into our 2026-2027 farming budget. Fortunately, unfortunately, maybe it would have been nice if some of the students, upon graduation, while possibly waiting for the youth service or something like that, could also come in to see how their recommendations are working. It will be really, really, really helpful for them. But so far, we are very, very grateful. We are impressed with the professionalism, and we look forward for more partnerships. Currently, we are going to apply what we've gotten towards ensuring that our investments are not blind, that we are investing in the real crops at the real points of the farm, given the peculiarity of our land. The first 5,000 hectares is what has been handled. We still have another 5,000 that hasn't been handled, and we are open to partnerships, even if it means sharing costs or so. Our only recommendation is that, for example, having graduated from UNN, I know the population of the students that will be graduating from the Faculty of Agriculture, and then I am now asking myself, why only 4 participating? What happens to the others? So it will be nice if the institutions begin to think this way, just like they are partnering with ABC Blended. If there are also businesses, sizable agri-businesses that will also need this, because a lot, I talk to you from my experience having worked with a couple of other firms before getting to Chelsea Agric, and I tell you that what has happened, there are a lot of businesses, especially in the Southeast and the South, where I have worked more recently, will appreciate such partnerships and will not mind co-funding it with the institution or other organizations like ABC, to ensure that it's always a win-win for the agric sector and the institutions, so that For example, I have listened to Ruth. I am impressed with her confidence, and I can comfortably tell you that a lot of them, when we started, their confidence level was not this high. I think it has improved very well. So much thanks to the organization, the institutions involved, the faculties that also are handling these students. We look forward to working more with ABC Blended, more with institutions. We say thank you. As we begin to apply the outcome of your recommendation, we would want to work with you hand in hand. We're already finalizing a couple of things with some financial institutions, not just towards farming what you have recommended, but also towards setting up processing facilities, sizable processing facilities to handle these crops value addition wise. And we are still open to partnering, especially in the aspect of processing. But thank you so much. The suitability test, I've seen a couple of other results you've given. Thank you so much. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you very much. I wish everybody a great afternoon, depending on where you are. Thank you.
Thank you, Ebubedike. So, biblically, let me summarize what he has said. That the harvest is plenty, but the laborers are few. Faculty of Agriculture is graduating lots and lots of potential. So, a lot of you are still needed in this business. So, and this is the best time to be trained for it. For those who have taken part in the training, at least they already have an advantage. They've learned one or two things about the business side of agriculture. It's one thing for you to understand how this thing works scientifically. It's another thing for you to turn it into a money-making venture for yourself. So this is part of the training you undergo with ABC Blended. So, okay, one information from Professor Chicken.
Yeah, perhaps ABC Blended also gave me the opportunity of working once more with my student, Ebubedike. I supervised his first degree, and he was such a troublesome student, Ebubedike. But when we started this ABC Blended, I saw the challenge he posed, and when it's just open competition, and his own scored highest that we had to work with him. Lo and behold, I saw him. I said, "Is it you again?" But then you could see my student working very well, very responsibly, taking responsibility in everything, taking leadership, and so on. So I count that as also one of the opportunities ABC Blended gave me. I was telling my student how I was pursuing him and so on. Now he's facing real life and has noticed that some of those bickerings, some of those fights were good fights, and it has paid well for you. So thank you so much, Ibedike, for participating in our program. And we hope it won't just end with ABC Blended. We will take it further. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Prof. Thank you, man.
Okay. On that note, I would like to invite to the stage Ima Ogu for his own remarks. You people are not clapping. Craftsmen, ranchers, Bobo. Ranchers are here. They don't know it.
See, it seems I am outdated, but I'm still in business. You know, I left this school 2016 as an animal scientist, and I did very well. No, yes, you taught us one course. I was among those persons, or one of the farms, a pointer farm back there in 2024 when we went to Mina. And I brought out a challenge about manure handling. Okay, first of all, let me say I have 35,000 laying beds capacity in Anambra State. So it is self-made. I am not employed by any government or by any institution. The essence of me coming here today is actually to encourage you. This course or what you are studying, it's not something you would do and say, maybe I'm here because my parents cannot afford to train me in medicine and surgery, or you'll be unfortunate not to get the course you applied. Outside there, people are not interested in what you read. In fact, my manager is a social scientist. Okay, sorry. But he's a social scientist. He doesn't know anything about agriculture. But what we do in our farm is whenever we employ you, we recruit you. We tell you what to do and what not to do. So as the owner of the farm and as a professional, it is now my duty to tell them what to do. I will equally tell you I have 72 workers working under me. What? Listen. What it means is just listen. What this means is this challenge that you're about to take, I heard they are going to select 4 persons. Whether you are selected or not, you are a winner. Being here and being associated with whosoever that will win or whosoever that will be selected, you have already won. And I will equally tell you, maybe other persons don't give you the opportunity to reach out to them, to ask them questions about the market, about what will happen after you live here. In fact, I would say maybe 10% of the pigs being farmed in Nsukka zone comes from my farm in Anambra State. We make supplies of breeder stocks. I think Dubem used to make that happen. Pascal knows Dubem, and I think Prof. too knows Dubem. So there is equally some persons who might not go into farming, but you have so many opportunities, so many things to learn. You might not go into farming, but you can learn the marketing. You can learn what to do about the product being produced. Oftentimes, we would produce our stocks. Last month, we brought out about 300 pigs to sell. And or because the Chinese persons that do consume my stocks went for holidays. So I had so much challenge selling my stocks. So I had to break down the price. This was because we could not have some off-takers. So these are equally some areas you would look into. The marketing of farm produce. It's really challenging. If I have someone that will be taking my stocks out, I will just relax. And maybe I'll be pressing my phone and laptop and then maybe join the Gen Zs. I am not a Gen Z, but maybe I look like a Gen Z. But because I don't have the market, I don't have the marketer, someone that can take that burden away from me. I do the production, I do the marketing. So when they brought out the issue of this ABC blended, when they called me last 2 years, so I answered, and I would say thank you to Prof. They sponsored my flight from Anambra. Though it was difficult because I wasn't in the country when she called, and the pressure, she was trying to get me to come, and Pascal too. I was like, you are alumnus of UNN, you should be here. So I tried to round up what I was doing back then in Ghana. And then I came back. I reached Anambra. She said, you are boarding the next flight to Abuja. I got ready, I went there. So when I got there, in my farm, we have the challenge of manure management. In fact, so much quantity is being generated daily in our farm, and we don't know how to go about it. If you come into the farm, you can hardly breathe. That we, the farmers, or we, the owners, stay there is because but you just pretend as if everything is okay. So that the people that will come in will not say, oh, so we just assume everything is well. So when we went there, I presented the challenge. I told them, this is what we are having. And then the students, I think Anthony visited my farm before, was it after we traveled? I think before we traveled, he visited my farm, and then I showed him the manure dump site. We saw it, we went there, and then the solution the Prof had, which we are still going through the process of executing it. I now went into the execution myself. I made some improvise. I got some of those materials. And then I realized one of the reasons why I keep having ungodly odors was because moistures, we pack this manure with moisture and they don't drain out. So after the ABC blended in Mina, we implemented that, what we learned there. And then this time, you can come with your, maybe your to-be wife or your girlfriend and check her in my farm, and she will be okay. You can walk inside the farm and then you will just feel like maybe you are having a tourist site. And I would equally invite some of you, maybe when you have chance, and if I'm around, you will come and maybe walk around the farm and then see things for yourself. You cannot get motivated sitting in the class. Motivation comes with expenses. You need iPhones, you need Android phones, you need first class flights, but you still need to get outside the class. You need to get to places where you will get motivated inside what you're doing. You can't just learn about farming in the class, get motivated in the class. Something must motivate you outside the class. And such places you can get such motivation is at my farm. You can come there, see things for yourself, see how things are done, see whether maybe the proposals you've been writing, putting together 10 million naira, you win, blah, 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 can work. Sometimes you don't need that big money. You just need your transport fare to get out. I started farming at UNN Animal Science Farm. I think the pig we bought, I bought that pig with Valentine. That was 2011, and it cost us 11,000 naira. So the pig, it was from there we started. The challenges, the mortalities, and the rest of it. Immediately after school, we left. While doing my NYSC in Aguat, Anambra State, I had to rent somewhere, get my pigs there, I will equally tell you my farm is even located in Agwata local government. Maybe some of you here may be from Umuchu or something. But that's by the way. I'm just saying, try to get something that will motivate you in this course. It is one of the best courses you would study and you would experience after leaving school. For those that are selected or that will be selected, please pay attention. We need solutions in the field. We need solutions outside the classroom. We need practicable solutions. We don't need theories. We don't need people that will tell us, you do this, you get this. We need people that will come to the farm and ask us to put poultry manure and pig manure together, and then you might get gas. Such things are what we are looking for. Thank you for having me. And you are welcome to me always. Thank you.
Thank you for that insight and motivation. So it is clear that the town and the gown must continue to meet. Okay. So when you have time, you visit Mogu's farm. It's very important. I don't know, Edition 1 students, are they around or are they online? Okay, if you can hear me, you have the floor.
Okay.
Okay. Oluchoko will appreciate if you can do this in like 5 minutes.
Okay, I'm here.
Okay, we can hear you. Go on.
Okay, I want to confirm if I'm connected very well.
Yes, you are. You are. We can hear you.
Thank you. Good day, my professors, my doctors, supervisors, lecturers, and all the students. My name is Onuchukwu Goodness Chisum, a recent graduate from Agricultural Economics Department, UNN, and I was opportuned to participate in the ABC branded program, Edition 1 in 2024. And I must testify that it wasn't just a program, rather, it is a great movement that will definitely bring positive change to the youths and students. During my course of the program, my team was made up of 6 students, each from UNN, Futmina, Sereti University in Uganda, Makerere University in Uganda, Zambezi in Mozambique, and Eduardo Mondale University in Mozambique. And we worked on Seed Bank Challenge in Test Province, Mozambique. And after rigorous research, because in ABC Branded, you must do research. We don't do, I think, I assume. We don't assume here. We research to find the real cause. So after some research, some field works, surveys, and discussions, we were able to come up with a lasting and profitable solution for both the farmers and the institution itself. ABC Branded is a program I highly recommend for every student that is aspiring for a positive change in their career, technical, academic, soft skill, social skill, connection, and also international setup. And I will tell you this for free, that ABC Branded is a program that will channel you from being a one-dimensional individual to a multifaceted individual. You all are lucky to have this kind of publicity program, because during my time, it was not like this. So do well to apply and expand your capability. Once again, I would like to thank all the facilitators, the organizers, and my able Professor Achike for bringing this opportunity to our doorstep. A huge thank you, Ma, for this. And thank you all. I really appreciate.
Hello. Hello. Can you hear? My God. Yes, yes, yeah, you can hear now. Hello. Yeah, I can hear. Hi, everyone. I'm Marcel Mukash. I'm alumni of ABC Blended. Hi. Can I proceed? Can I proceed? Oh my God.
Continue speaking, continue speaking.
Oh, okay, thank you. Well, I was saying, I'm Marcia Marcelo Mukash. I'm alumni student of ABC Blended. I made part of the first edition at 2024. I would like to say I am grateful of this opportunity. Oh, sorry, I forgot to say I I am Mozambican student of I was student of Edward Monjan University. I did a course of agronomist engineer. I've done it last year. I'm grateful of this opportunity. I made some friends. I received a challenge of feedback group. I was with Goodness. She said something about our challenge. For all of students out there, I would like to say, please apply of this course. It was very good for me. I learned many things. Teacher helped me to improve some skills until now, not all about technical skills. I improved little or more my English skills. Maybe you can hear until now is a little challenge, but I'm going on to achieve a fluent skills. I am very happy to see Mr. Manuel there. He gave us a challenge of waste management, and I'm full happy to see that he applied same ideas of the project of my colleagues. Well, thank you all LBC blended teachers, our colleagues, and to all students there, please apply. Bye-bye. I wish you all the best.
All right, thank you. Please. For the next tip, I want to give my own personal challenge to the students that will be selected for the next tip. You will do your presentation in English and Portuguese. So that should be a condition also. So others are learning our language just to be part of what we are doing, and we should reciprocate. On that note, at this stage, I think it's time for goodwill messages. And I've been told that some of the teachers are online. Professor Evans, Professor Helen, and the rest. Please, this is your moment to address the students. If you're online and you can hear us, if you have one or two things to tell the students, you can say them now before we round up. Okay, Professor Evans is raising his hand. Ayo.
Yes, thank you so much.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Prof. Yes, Prof.
Yes,
Go on.
thank you so much. I'm glad to be in your midst today. It's an exciting thing to see that our students are performing and getting ready for the workplace and getting experiences that can lead them into their own personal businesses. I want to congratulate our ex-students of the ABC Blended, and I also want to encourage those who are planning to apply. Just last week, my own students did their defense, their IT defense, and it was basically on their ABC Blended experiences. And it has never been like that in my department before, that students have international exposures in their SciWest. I want to encourage you. It is tasking, but it is encouraging. I encourage you to start on time, apply, be skilled, and come on board. We shall be expecting to see new faces. Thank you, and we encourage you to join us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Prof. We appreciate. Thanks for the words of encouragement. I don't know if Professor Ellen. Professor Ellen, are you ready? Is Professor Ellen unmuted? Okay, I noticed. It's okay. So I don't think Professor Ellen Akuku is ready to speak. She hasn't unmuted herself. No. If there's any teacher on board also who wants to say one or two words of encouragement. Okay. In the absence of any, before the closing, in the absence of any other comments for now, we will now take reactions from those present today. Do you plan to apply? Is there any confusion about the application process, what to expect? Is there any other clarity to seek
from today's program. This is a moment to ask all that so that proper guidance can be given. If you need further information from some of our guests who are here and those online, Imagu is online. Imagu is here with us. Ebubedike is online. If you have anything at all you want to ask or seek clarification on, you can raise your hand and I will come towards you. Don't be shy, yo. Boldness is one of the secrets. Okay. Okay. Tell us your name, department, level before your comments and be brief about it.
My name is Asadu Miracle from the Department of Crop Science, 400 level. I really appreciate all that has been going on. And I just want to ask questions. We have heard and a lot from the APC blended. So I would like to ask, what are the criteria and the mode of application, how we are meant to apply for it?
Thank you. Thank you. Let's take other questions so that all the questions will be answered at the same time. Any other questions? So, Professor Chike, you'll be the one to answer this. Oh, okay. Dr. Pascal, are you with us?
Prof, I'm with you.
Okay. Dr. Pascal Chukudi. So the question is, how do one apply?
Okay. To answer that question, it will be a state-by-state application like we did in the previous editions. First, there will be a call for those with interest to indicate. In that call, some questions will be asked, and then you give us feedback. We now evaluate the feedback. We make the initial selection. After then, those that were selected, we come for an oral interaction. So from the interaction, we can now make the final selection. So you look out for the call. Yeah.
All right, thank you. So I hope the person that has a question, I hope you got the clarification you wanted. A call will be made, and by call, they don't mean phone call. An advert will be made. That's what it meant by a call. At this stage, I will.
This call is coming out soon. Months before May of March. And it will come out in February. We're just waiting for the Solosi University and Kuala Melano University to put up the challenge. Because since they are done now, to put up the challenge. So once the challenge is put up, you will get the call. And we are targeting, as usual, the fourth year students in the 402 class. So you will be given a series of questions to answer. So it's an exam. So when the advert comes out, your class will be notified in your class platform. This is the advert. Then there will be online questions that we will answer. and you will be graded based on your answers. Then people will be selected and call for oral interaction, and we select our participants. This year, in May, we'll be going to Mozambique again. Then July, we go to Uganda. So the team this year will go to 2 countries outside Nigeria. They are luckier than the former teams went to 1 country outside Nigeria because we are Nigerian participants. Some of you may know too that our university, UNN, hosted other universities here last year. They came to UNN. So you can see these students, since they were the hosts, they didn't travel. They waited for their colleagues to come. Okay, so their own opportunity was just to go to 1 country. The other set, Mina hosted. So they went to Uganda only. Nigeria hosted. But this last set, we will go to 2 countries. You understand? So we encourage you to apply, and there's no man. It's your capability and ability will derive you are being selected. And this year, we are taking just 4 out of the pool of you. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Like you had, there will be no nepotism. Hello? Can we lessen the distraction? On this note, I will want to call to the stage the representative of the university librarian. She has been with us since the start. And I don't know whether I will call this a closing remark. But it's important to hear from the librarian as our distributor. So I'll call on Mr. Selin Opara. So if you can do that and mix it with the closing remark, that would make sense.
Thank you very much, Professor Adibe of Political Science. All right. Thank you very much, Professor Chike, for coordinating this very wonderful program and enlightening our students in this society. Thank you for having me, and I thank the librarian for nominating me to represent her in this event. And I also saw when Prof does not rest. In the night, I saw when she posted it in University Women's Association WhatsApp group, and I liked it. Okay, so Professor Chike here is a mentor to me and many of us in this university. And I'm glad that I was selected to come here. Then the students that participated in this program, ABC Blended. Like I said, that this is actually my first time of hearing about ABC Blended. Yes, it's my first time. I've already Googled it. I've seen your pictures there, the people that participated. I saw you and I saw Prof. And I would say that this kind of program is a very great opportunity for you as students. And please don't make noise because they are sharing. You are bigger than this. Just listen. Okay? Yes. Yes. All right. So coming from the library, I would say that as a librarian, we recently opened a space called Collaboration in Our Now. NAL stands for Nnamdi Azikiwe Library. It's a space created for you people to come and, for students and staff, researchers to come and collaborate. And this is about teamwork, like the presenter said. So if you have work to do, how we can collaborate with Professor Chike and Faculty of Agri and blended, what do you call it, and ABC Blended to help, for library to help you people to participate fully. We have a space for you. This time around, we talk about maker space and then escapist unit where people can come and collaborate. You can come and chat and then tinker to come out with solutions to problems. In 2017, I participated in this kind of a thing where we went to Denmark. I was among the 1,000 youths
that were selected to participate, to co-create and come up with problems to solve the SDGs, one of the SDGs. We picked climate literacy, climate action. We took climate action. So this is the kind of thing that exposes you as students such that when you graduate, you can see how most of the presenters were bold enough to speak to their papers, especially the last presenter. So I encourage you to please, thank you, Prof, to please participate fully beyond the classroom. Go out there. Your phone is not just for TikToking. It's not just for going to TikTok and creating content. Yes, you can create and post good content, even about the things you have done here. For those of you that participated, you create content and then educate others. Learn how to communicate, learn how to work in a team. And the library is always there for you to come. We are open to you. You can't say that you're going to pass through this university without coming to the library. Register with us and then we give you that enabling environment to co-create and then impact the society. Thank you very much, Prof. God bless you.
Okay. Thank you for that speech and closing remarks. But I will just add this. Picking up from what the librarian said, UNN, we are doing a lot of great things in this university. And our students, our youth, they're also doing marvelous things. But part of the challenge we face as an institution is that because some people, particularly this Gen Z era, you want to go viral. When things that make sense like this happen, hardly do you see students make effort to make it go viral. Or if it's a musical concert at Freedom Square, or Davido visiting Enugu State, you will see a lot of students do 1 week on concert, or what do you call it, content of how they attended the show, how Davido called them on stage to dance and the rest. 1 million views, 2 million views. Programs like this have the ability to go viral. If your generation, the heartbeat of the nation, the Gen Z era, can make it go viral. And what virality does is it attracts interest, curiosity. Before you know it, other people want to show interest. Before you know it, potential funders, sponsors, we also want to show interest. In other words, there's a possibility that why the program will say we are picking 4 people. Someone like Ima Ugu or any other person who has seen the impact of this program can say, I want to add 2 more, I want to add 5 more, and before you know it, as many more people as we can take, we partake in the program. So my advice to you is take this serious, be apostle of this program. Don't just be beneficiary. Talk about it, post about it, because all these things also count for us as a university in our ranking. Part of the reason why our ranking keeps going down is programs like this, you don't give it publicity enough. There's much we can do as your teachers, as an institution. But I think everybody is an ambassador of this university, and you need to work hard to make the university even greater. So on that note, I want to call the program, okay.
We will put it in your platform that you should join the community of practice for ABC blended program, whether you are selected or not. Ruth, Felix, Christian, Letitia, I give you that responsibility. Put it in the platform. You know the community of practice. Let them join immediately. That's part of what, so that even if you are not selected, you will be participating in what we are doing, okay? Because there's funding constraint. Everybody cannot be selected. So, but even if you are not, you get something. The community of practice we posted in the platform before Friday this week. I will confirm with them. If they don't, please, one of you should catch up with me and tell me so that I handle them. Thank you.
All right, thank you. And on that note, we will call the program to a close.
with a closing prayer that will be led by one of the students who have participated in this program. So, not the presenters, those who have come to listen. So, any volunteer? Don't point anybody if you're not going to pray. Okay. Thank you. May we rise for the closing prayer?
In Jesus' name, our Heavenly Father, we thank you for this time. We glorify your name because there is no one like you. Receive all glory in the name of Jesus. Father, we want to thank you again for the success of this program. Thank you for bringing each and every one of us here to sit and learn from this program. We pray that it will yield more results in the name of Jesus. I pray for the organizers, to everyone that have contributed. Lord, I pray that you will strengthen them more and to see the need to continue with this kind of program in the name of Jesus. And to every one of us, the students, I pray, Lord, that you will continue to open our insights and help us to see opportunities and help us, oh God, to be a problem solver in the name of Jesus. We pray, Lord, for opportunities more like this. Help us, Lord, so that we'll be able to see and overcome challenges even as they face us in the name of Jesus. Thank you because we know you've answered us through Jesus our Lord.